Yes, guys, and a welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the King of the Dugout, Season 2, Preseason, Part 2. Okay, well, I did say, didn't I, that I was probably going to do more than the one or two videos before the season officially started. Nothing major, really, since the last video, but we've had a few bits and pieces. Adu, we all remember, has returned to the game with his Blasphemians, and he's been busy. I woke up this morning to a barrage of messages from all over Discord, which meant I had to sort of like do a little bit of work today. So with all the work now done, I can show you where we're at. We've had some work going on from our current champ. We all know who our current champ is, of course. Yeah, it is Jesper. Jesper's been busy. So we're going to start with our champion, Jesper, who has actually sold one player. More about who he sold in a moment, but he's also released a stack of players. 9, I think it is, so far. 9 players have been released. So now Jesper is preparing. I think he's preparing. I think there's no doubt about that. With his players released, and obviously he's got to really keep an eye on the non-EU side of things. Let me remind you, anybody that goes over 5 non-EUs, there's going to be a wheel to determine. Some of them are going to be banned. Now, we know what happened with Danton last year. What happened with Stuart Danton is he had 7 non-EUs. The last 2 that he purchased were ineligible for the whole season. We put them on a false passport ban. But what we're going to do this year, if people decide to break the rules or ignore them, then let's pretend Jesper had 7 players, all non-EU. Those 7 would go on the wheel, and 2 of them, so it could be at random for the wheel, 2 of them will be banned. That is to prevent somebody thinking, oh fuck it, I'll buy him, he's going to be banned. It could be your more important player on the wheel. So don't do it. Don't fucking do it. And you've got until the start of the season to shift them out. Let me remind you also, you can't buy and sell the same player in any one transfer window. So anyone that's arrived cannot go. Okay, so that's Jesper done and dusted. More about him afterwards. Lee Sharples. Now, we mentioned, didn't we, about the parent clubs. Now, if I just, if I can, let me just actually show you the parent club. I should be able to show you the parent club completely, I think, hopefully. There is the parent clubs then. So Almo Hanover, Trevor Choi Blackburn, Philippe Middlesbrough, Stuart Racing, Wayne Lee, Mark Jesper Con, and of course Adu, who has now got Coventry City. Now we go back to Lee for a minute because Lee, let's just go back to our CM. Lee has got 2 players and he's got 2 fucking beauties. He's got Sebastian Johansson, and of course he's Swedish, and he looks a fucking decent player, don't he? He looks really decent. And I mean, I like this player here, Magnus Erlingmark, but it's going to be difficult where Lee plays him. He's a bit of a versatile guy, isn't he? I think as long as he's not on the wing anywhere, he'll be alright, but I think he's really going to be a substitute for Lee. Let's go to the 3rd division for a moment now then, and let's talk about Blasphemians. Blasphemians, and Adu has been busy. Ignore the shaded out players, that's because he's only got 17. The player arrived from AC Run Mansion was that guy, Victor Conwalu, is it? Now, interestingly, I didn't realise, I didn't pay attention, but he's actually holding 6 non-EUs. He's going to have to free up one of them. He can free up one of the ones that he already had. More about the releasing of players in a moment. But he also brought in 2 players from Orange is the New Black. 2 players arrived. One of them was Zunder. He arrived for 150 grand. Sorry, I should have said that guy went for 100 grand. And I'm trying to remember now who the other guy was. There was 2 players that arrived, and I'm trying to remember who they were. So bear with me a moment. I've got to remind myself. Zunder was one, and Candelis was the other. Candelis was the other. He arrived also for £150,000. So that's that. So with regards freeing up players, let me tell you how it's going to work with regards releasing players. And we have got something in motion, and that is what we've got in motion here. As you can see, you can now release players for no cost if they are the following. If you're in the 3rd division, you can release any player for free from your squad if they're under 100 grand. And in Division 2, under 250,000. And if you're Division 1, under £500,000. And if you're in the Premier League, you can release them if they're under £1 million. Now, if they're over that amount, then you'll have to pay their CPU value. Simple as that. So let's say somebody in Division 3, they've got to play 110 grand. You want to release him, it's going to cost you 110 grand. If he's under 100 grand, you can release him for free. And Jesper's taken advantage of that, as has Wayne, actually. Wayne, we'll get to Wayne. He's been a busy bee, actually, to be fair. So Wayne has also released a couple of players, and interestingly for Wayne, because he released a couple of non-EUs. He released a couple of non-EUs, and he had to really, because he got 2 loanees in that are both non-EU. They're both Turkey. So ER Mustafa, very, very high value, £2 million of the 3rd division. Seven Tafan, another non-EU. Brutal, looks an absolute brutal player. So he's really picking up, he really is. Over to Sunday strikers. Now, Philip Dirala has brought in 2 loanees. He's brought in 2 from Middlesbrough. Mark Wilson is the first, £1.7 million. Brian Dean, now ignore the fact that he's 33, he'll do well. Brian Dean is a great player, really happy for him there. I believe Chicken Curry have also been busy. They've got their feeder club as Blackburn Rovers. Marlon Brooms arrives, 700 grand. And James Thomas, a £1.3 million striker. Now, we have to really, one thing we haven't done yet, and I think we need to give the option to all our guys, if they want to take them up, is they can sign on a option to buy their previous loan players. They don't have to, but I do need to throw that option to them, and I can always get back to it if need be. Okay, so let me now bring you to, we've gone through releasing. This is an interesting one. Are you ready for this? This is the finances at the moment. And now let me just talk you through this. Hang on, I've gone to the wrong one. Whoops, a daisy. So, as we said then, St Helens, Almo, currently holding just over £2.1 million, squad size 34 and 3, the 3 being non-EUs. Capacity 22,000 with a wage cap at present of 3,900. That wage cap is going to be vital come the start of the new season. Now, the wage caps, as you can see for everybody, Adu, Blasphemians, is 1,000. He starts at basic. Now, with regards to that, he's, let me just check something, because I haven't actually checked on Blasphemians, so I probably need to check it. Basic wage, yeah, he don't exceed anybody on the wage, which is important. Richardson is one of his highest paid players. He's a 16-year-old. Any player that he's inherited that he got on the first 4 auctions last season, of course he didn't participate in season 1, but he did get some players he can release if he wishes. I think he's going to have to release some players under 100 grand. He's got a few players that are not 100 grand. I mean, he's non-EUs. He's got a non-EU worth 450 grand. So there you can see now then, so Blasphemers need to do something with the non-EUs. They've got 6. Same with Stuart Danton, he's on 6. Chicken Curry's on 4. It's just going to restrict them throughout the transfer period. Now, their loans, they can get their loans anytime they want. They cannot alter loans if they've already assured them, which some of them have. Same with stadiums as well. And as you can see, Almo has been very, very busy with the stadium. And I still think that's quite remarkable. The highest wage bill is for Jesper, AC Runmansion, 4,700 a week. He's going to be able to look for upper class players this coming auction. Same with Football Heritage, purely because they've got the wage budget. And they're obviously upper division, so they can look at higher strength players. Now, one thing I need to see is Jesper. He's going to have a busy month, isn't he? Because he's going to be in the UEFA Cup following his League Cup triumph. He's going to be in the Vans Trophy looking to defend it. He's going to be in the League Cup, the FA Cup. He's going to have a league campaign. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. And that's why he's released. Well, he's just offloaded 10 players overnight. 1 player he sold, of course, 2 Blasphemians, and 9 players he released. He's got squad spaces to work with. And I think we're going to see something very, very special from him. Let's have a look now then what else I see what else I had lined up. Now this is really going to be gloating for Jesper again. Are you ready for this? There you see it now then. So let's talk about the trophy cabinet. Well, it just has AC Runmansion, that's it. And there you see, after 1 season, what a fucking status to have. Division 3 title, FA Cup, no. Premier League title, well, he weren't going to be in that. But the FA Cup, he did well. He got to the quarterfinals. League Cup, a brilliant triumph there. The Vans, you could probably make him a favourite towards the last stages when he's just, the morale was flying. So next season, he'll be in the UEFA Cup. You never know. You never know what's going to lie ahead for Jesper Rodman, who everyone's going to be chasing him. Everyone's going to be chasing him completely. We shall see. We shall see where that's going to go. Let's just have a look what else we've got over here. So, yeah, let's have a look now then at... no, we don't want that, do we? What are we doing that? There we go. Let's go back over here. So we'll go back over here then. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. It really is. It's a bit early, too early to really say who's going to be the favourites. We'll look at who's going to get what players and so on and so on. Now, this took me a while to do, right? But the loanees, if you remember what I did last year, I put them at parent club. I had to create a parent club. But then I realised what I did, and I'll take Lee Sharples as an example here. His two loanees. So Gothenburg, because I load the game on a minimum database for quickness. I've loaded it on a maximum database with just one country, England, and Gothenburg's team are there. So it's all okay. Now the last thing, this is what I was going to show you last time. I've got to show you this, right? Got to show you this completely. So all the players that are going to be released, right? All the players that are going to be released from our managers. As you said, Jesper released 9 players. Wayne's released a couple. I am going to release them. Rather than release them on a free, they're going to just go to these random teams. And these random teams are, remember Inter Yanan, formerly managed by our very own Matt, R.I.P. And I'm doing it purely at random. We've got Brian Harvey's Potato. Can we remember who they are? That was Dave President once upon a time. It's just so... It's like their name lives on, their teams live on, and although we're not going to put any sort of bearing on it, we'll stick the players that are being released over there at the start of each season. Dunthorpe, formerly run by Ross. Ross has got a couple of players over there. They're not in the game because they pulled out of the King of the Dugout for one reason or another. But it's just good to sort of showcase that they're still with us in spirit. We've just spoke about Inter Yanan, that of course was Matt. We've got North London is red, Gary Hanks. Now, Gary Hanks, yeah, we've not put anybody there yet, funnily enough. I'm doing it purely at random when I remember. We have got Parent Club. I need to change the team name, Parent Club. That is actually Chester City, but I will change that at some point. I haven't done that yet. Sorry, let me start that again. I need to change their ground. That's what I need to change, their ground. That's what I meant to say. But we shall see. Over to who else we got then? We got Pathetico Madrid. Pathetico Madrid are there. That was formerly run by Trunky. So Sam's Bastards, he is still there. There we go. He's got a couple of players. I think they were released by Jesper. And we've also got Trump Towers. Migadonte. You know what, Migadonte? I know that you're keeping a close eye on King of the Dugout, but there it is for you to see. The team lives on. The team will live on. You never know. You just never know. And that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the latest update on the old King of the Dugout. Till next time, it's take it easy.